A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move fulfilling a campaign promise, President Donald Trump is set to sign an executive order on Wednesday that will ban transgender women from competing in women's sports. This executive order, titled Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports, is aimed at directing federal agencies, including the Department of Justice, to interpret Title IX protections as prohibiting transgender women from participating in female sports categories. The order mandates immediate enforcement, with actions against schools and athletic organizations that allow trans women to compete in women's sports, while urging state attorneys general to ensure compliance. Deputy Assistant to the President and Senior Policy Strategist May Mailman stated, "We want to take actions to affirmatively protect women's sports." This order is seen as a rollback of Biden-era policies that recognize gender identity as equivalent to sex. The White House anticipates that organizations such as the NCAA will adjust their policies in response to this executive order. NCAA President Charlie Baker emphasized the need for clarity on this issue at the federal level, noting that fewer than 10 transgender athletes currently compete in college sports. The signing ceremony will take place at the White House and is expected to be attended by over 60 athletes, coaches, and advocates, including former University of Kentucky swimmer Riley Gaines. The executive order has drawn criticism from organizations like the Human Rights Campaign, which argues that it does not address real issues but rather exploits marginalized children for political gain. Kelly Robinson, president of the Human Rights Campaign, expressed concern that this order could expose young people to harassment and discrimination, stating, "Participating in sports is about learning the values of teamwork, dedication, and perseverance. We should want that for all kids, not partisan policies that make life harder for them." The order will also call for private sporting bodies to attend a White House meeting where female athletes can share their experiences. Furthermore, it instructs the State Department to persuade the International Olympic Committee to uphold single-sex competitions and mandates a review of visa rules to prevent transgender women from competing in women's sports. In remarks made during the signing ceremony, Trump claimed that the radical left has waged an all-out campaign to erase the concept of biological sex, asserting that allowing men to compete in women's sports teams could lead to investigations for violations of Title IX and potential loss of federal funding. The executive order is part of a broader effort by the Trump administration to roll back protections for LGBT+ Americans, with civil rights groups denouncing these actions as a manufactured crisis. Trump's administration has faced backlash for its attempts to redefine gender as a binary system based on biological sex assigned at birth, which contradicts the Supreme Court's 2020 ruling protecting against discrimination based on gender identity. Critics argue that this latest order could further marginalize already vulnerable populations, as fewer than 2% of young Americans identify as transgender. In contrast, supporters of the order claim it is a necessary step to ensure fairness in women's sports. As the debate continues, the implications of this executive order will undoubtedly resonate across the nation, raising questions about the future of gender identity and participation in sports. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.